Damn, you found me. I was trying to hide this video. Look, it's 23 minutes. It's oxidation removal on a cobalt. Nothing special. But for you subscribers, here's to you. Guys, welcome back. This is a cobalt that my last student Steve and I worked on. Unfortunately for him, we have a whole business here, so we've got to work on a bunch of projects at the same time, and we didn't have a chance to fully finish this boat. We did finish one other boat, but this one we were working on inside. This one took Super Duty 2 times, Heavy Cut 2 times, and Perfect It 1 time. And so the other day I couldn't really show you the reflection of this boat. We were inside, and although you could see the spotlight reflection, and I can show you a long, lengthy reflection, it's not quite what I always like to show people. I like to show them what it looks like in the sun. So there's the roof of the building behind us. Where's that sunshine? There she is. It's a pretty crappy angle to be filming this, but I think you get the idea. So the top side still has a lot of work to go. This is really jacked up. This is probably going to take me a couple days. In the meantime, what I thought I would do is show you how to get this type of reflection out of gel coat when it's really, really bad. And when I say really bad, I mean just yuck. So I'm going to set the camera up probably about here, and I'm just going to start. Hope you don't mind. He's working on this. I can already tell it's super, super dry. In fact, if I take a little oil from the side of my nose and wipe it on there, I can see the color, but I can also see how fast this is evaporating. This is telling me that this has been oxidized for quite some time, and we've confirmed this with the owner. This boat hasn't been waxed in over 12 years. So it's going to take quite a bit to get through this. Now I could take Heavy Cut. I could even actually take Perfect It and get through this, but what's the point? I was here all day, wasting my time, not very efficient use of my money or my compounds. So I'm going to start off with Super Duty by 3M. And I'm going to use a wool pad, also by 3M, and a 3M 5/8 inch spindle nut, which is right there. You don't need to know why I'm doing that. I'm just going to tell you that I'm doing it. I'm going to put the product right on the pad here. I'm going to use quite a bit because, well, this is a nasty, nasty boat. And I'm just going to spread it around. Oh, you'll notice I didn't wash the boat before I did this, because Super Duty. Now this would be a great time for me to start talking over this and telling you what I'm doing and what I'm looking for and why I'm doing what I'm doing. But no, that's what my classes are for. If you want to just watch these videos, I know guys are out there who are watching my videos and learning this, and it takes them about, 20 hours of videos. But then they send me pictures of the stuff they do. They're able to do it, guys. This isn't myth. It's not a joke. This is real. So I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing here. If you actually want to know what I'm doing here, you can either watch, pay attention, and learn, or show up for a class. I'll show you all this, plus a lot more. Now, if my dad's watching this video, which he really shouldn't be, he's probably just jealous of my hair. Meh. And if you're wondering why it's 3 colors, the top still has a little color mixed in with the gray, the sides completely gray, and then the very bottom, right around the neckline, that's actually almost all dark hair. So when I'm out in the sun, the top bleaches out and then I get a haircut. So I get rid of all the color on the sides and it only stays in the top. But I don't color my hair, I don't put anything in it, there's no lemon juice or anything like that. It's just dude in the sun all day who gets a haircut every 3 or 4 months because no girlfriend. Womp womp. Okay, the very next step is to check this out and see what type of damage we did. And you might already be seeing kind of a reflection, at least in the blue. We'll see what we get when we wipe it off, but I'm thinking it should look all right. All right, let's take a look at that and see what type of progress we got. Not bad. Keep in mind this is Super Duty. This is the really, really gritty stuff. And there's even a shine on the white. So the very next step is to take a little bit of heavy cut, try to smooth out some of the scratches that I put in there with the Super Duty, which shouldn't be that hard. So allow me to do that one thing I do where I set you up and then pretend like I care about your time. Press pause so you're not staring at just a blank screen. Hold on one second. All right, apparently I don't explain this enough. So this side had Super Duty on it. This side's been spurred out and it's fairly clean. So what I can do is put the heavy cut right on here. So all I'm gonna do is reverse my pad, flip it over to the clean side, and then while I'm working the clean side and getting it dirty, this side's gonna be drying out so that when I go to use it again, I can just use my spur and that comes out really nice. So clean, next step, heavy cut. Let's get into it. That's how much I'm going to use for this area. Okay? Spreading. Now the goatee, on the other hand, well, I started growing that out for Cameron, but now that she's not in my life, I guess maybe I'm just lazy and I haven't cut it off. Or I'm interested in seeing what it looks like when it gets really long and maybe I can catch it in my buffer. Now that I've thought about that, yeah, I should probably cut that. see how we did. And without further ado, here you go. Judge away. I mean, it's not terrible. It's got a gloss. Let's see if we can pop that up one more notch, all right? So to do this, I'm going to switch to a pad that I have not used, heavy cut or perfect it, and I'm just going to use perfect it. What I'm going to do now is use a little bit of perfect it on a clean pad, one that I have not used Super Duty or heavy cut with, and hopefully this will even pop slightly more. So let me put you on pause for just a second. Alright guys, I got my Perfect It. This is in a Perfect It bottle, old school. This is actually Perfect It EXAC. I don't know / care what the number is. I'll probably put it in the description. It doesn't really matter. The number, conveniently, isn't the thing that's buffing the boat, so when it starts to, that's when I'll care about the number. In the meantime, let's just get to this. It's a little bit of product. I'm just going to spread this out just like I did everything else. Now, in all fairness, if I was using two wheels, one for Super Duty and one for Heavy Cut and then Perfected EXAC, the pad with the Perfected EXAC and the Heavy Cut isn't really a problem to cross-contaminate. As long as you've worked the Heavy Cut all the way down until you get a nice finish, at least then the molecule size in the Heavy Cut is roughly the same as what it would be in the Perfected EXAC. So you can see where as long as you're working the Heavy Cut all the way down, and maybe you spur it every now and then to clean out some of the big particles of grit that might still be in the mat of the wool pad, you can use that same side of the wheel with Perfected EXAC. I'm not going to say you're going to get absolutely 100% the best finish you can get, but 99.85372%? I mean, you got to imagine, not everybody can see at that level of perfection, so what does it matter? Anyway, if it's Super Duty though, and I'm going all the way down to Perfected EXAC, I really don't want the grit from the Super Duty to interfere with anything having to do with what I do when I get down to the Perfected stage, okay? I know that's really confusing. You might have to listen to it a couple times. Basically, I just don't cross-contaminate my Super Duty with anything else. I can cross-contaminate my Heavy Cut with my Perfected EXAC or my Meguiar's number 67, even the Meguiar's number 90 and 91, I'm sorry. You can cross-contaminate on a pad as long as you're keeping it fairly clean and spurred out, and as long as you work that compound all the way down to its finest, smallest molecule size. Then you're not really running the risk of having any gritty pieces in that wool pad that are going to scratch up what you're trying to smooth out. All right? Oh, I never want to say that stuff again. wipe it off. See what we got. All right, here it comes. Not bad. White. Not bad here either. And if you saw my wheel getting a little bit hoppy right here on this corner, the problem exists because the wheel's flat, whereas you're on a round, smooth surface. So, unless you keep the weight directly over the center of the pad, you're going to have some hopping issues. That being said, the very next thing to do to this is to clean it with a little bit of either isopropyl alcohol, 70%, or I'll grab some window cleaner and I'll clean off all the oils from the compound. I won't do that just yet because I've only gotten to about here. I still have this whole starboard side to do. I still have a little bit down below the tow hook, and so I won't quite finish this up just now, but when I do, I'll film it, you can see it, and I'll tell you thanks for watching. So I guess I don't have to tell you thanks for watching now. Cool. You can see the pores in this. It's huge. This boat's been neglected for quite a while. It's also got a little bit of orange peel on the surface, and I'm not really worried about getting out. Now I'm pretty sure, keep in mind this is the first time I've watched the movie, but I'm pretty sure this is just me walking around the boat showing you what it looked like. This is the side Steve, my student, and I did. On this side we used a lot of Super Duty and Heavy Cut and then Perfect It. On the other side I didn't necessarily have to use as much Super Duty. This side hasn't been touched yet. I wanted to show you the difference. I apologize that I'm inside. I also apologize that there's this large curtain next to the boat, so some of the light that comes through, as an example, these lines, the linear lines that travel lengthwise of the boat, those aren't really in the boat. Those are just reflections and shadows cast through the isinglass or the Lexan plastic windows of that large divider curtain in the middle. Anyway, so you can see this boat's kind of dull on this side, but it wasn't so bad that I had to hit it again and again and again with Super Duty. Welcome back. It's almost 3:30 in the afternoon. Time for me to go home and have a couple beers. I continued on with this a little bit on the starboard side. I didn't get all the way up, but I got pretty far. Up to the little vent here. And you can see a marked difference in the overall condition. A lot fewer marks on the side, a lot better reflection. That line you're seeing right there going back and forth, that's just a reflection. Weird play of light. Oh yeah, I didn't fix that. Sorry, brought the wrong buffer. You might actually see some streakiness and some smeariness in the surface. I waxed it, but I haven't really cleaned it. So all you're seeing is the residual oils left over from the flagship by Meguiar's. And tomorrow, probably going to work on the top side, which sucks. But whatever. It is what it is, and it's good to have worked, right? Right. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I hope I do see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, it's not going to kill me, but, maybe show up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.